Good morning. Good morning. The voice is okay?
Yes, we can hear you clearly, Priscilla.
Okay. All right. All right. Wonderful. So, 上也觉那所也长那吧，成就把头大年一点多些，那也真做也别做那么严重了，感觉咱严重把了，这也就那么成就把头大年一点多些，那也真做也别做那。好了，感觉咱也这个也对吧？和也这么正着不多，那你就说是那也这个也别在那也咱也这个说，那知道对的也就是早怀日日的爱。三个是不灭的爱，就是爱谁呢？日本就业的忙碌，没得了个年呀，那他们呀。Alright, okay, good morning. Greetings to everyone. And so 2 weeks ago we talked. So basically this is the mandala. The topic that we are covering is on mandala. So two weeks ago we talked on the different types of mandala, the 5 hips mandala and 37 hips mandala, etc. And we will pick up from there. And so the particular piece that we are going to cover today is known as the mandala offering of the 3 kayas, or the 3 enlightened bodies of the Buddha. So the book in English is page number 288, 288. And it's known as the mandala offering of the 3 kayas, 3 kaya according to this text. This text means the perfect words of my perfect master. So 3 kaya means body. It's Sanskrit for body. So 3 kaya means 3 enlightened bodies of the Buddha. So 3 body here refers to the Nirvana kaya, the Sambhoga kaya, and the Dharma kaya. So basically the Dharma, correct. Nirvana kaya is the emanation body, the enjoyment body. Sambhoga kaya is enjoyment body, and Dharma kaya is the Dharma body or the truth body. So emanation, enjoyment, and the truth. So there are 3 kinds of body. Okay. Yeah. So the first one is the Nirmana Kaya. So I will explain the 3 bodies later. So the 3 body offering. So when we make the offering, so this is basically when we make the mandala offering. What we are offering is the whole universe. So this is something one have to understand. According to the Buddhist teachings, universe, the universe itself is limitless. So there is no, so the universe is not finite. It's infinite. There is no limit. There is no boundary. It's infinite. But so when we offer, we are offering. You have to offer. I can offer my universe, our universe, so on and so forth, like that. So here we define what our universe is like. So, so the text here refers to the four continents and the sun and the moon, the whole thing. So basically, in the root text for making the mandala offering, there is a mention of different planets. So we talk about the 8 different planets and the four planets and the four planets and the 4 subplanets or subcontinents. So basically, 8 different types of continents or planets were there. So a universe is something that comprises of the 8 planets, and then the sun and the moon and the Mount Meru in the center. So the whole thing is known as one world, basically. Mm. Uh, so, so with the Mount Meru at the center and all the planets and the sun, moon, and then there is something known as the seven jewels of the world. Basically, all these things comprise it's the one world, and 1,000 of that world is known as the. This is okay. You have to bear with me for this for now. Okay. So when you have 1,000 of such Mount Meru, the 8 planets, and the whole thing, 1,000 of such thing, so it's known as the first order universe of 1,000 worlds. First order universe of 1,000 worlds. So this is known as the one world order or one world. Okay, one world. 1,000 order, one world order of 1,000, first order of the 1,000 world, and then you have 1,000 of that is known as the second world order, and then you have 1,000 of that is known as the third order of the world. So basically, you multiply it by 1,000 times. So then 1,000 becomes a million becomes a billion. So basically, 1 billion world or 1 billion world consisting of the 1 billions of the planets and all these things is known as, so all these 3 put together is known as the 3 world order or 3 world 3 orders of the world. So to make it a little bit more easier to understand, so this what we just explained is according to the geology, the astrological explanation done in 2,000 years ago, right? So to make it more relatable, easier to understand in today's time, so think of the solar system. The solar system, the sun in the center, and 9 planets consisting it. So that's the solar system. So 1,000 solar system is the first world order. So then 1,000 of that 1,000 solar system is the second world order. And then 1,000 of the second world order, which is 10,000 of the whole solar system, is the third world order. So it goes like that. Oh, yeah. So you understand that according to this explanation, the Mount Meru is at the center, and the sun and the moon, everything is circling the Mount Meru. And in today's modern scientific understanding, the sun is at the center, and the moon. The sun is at the center. The moon and all the other planets are circling the sun. Instead of the sun and the moon and everything circling the Mount Meru, in today, the modern understanding, modern scientific understanding is that sun is at the center, and then everything else is circling that. Yeah. Okay. So basically, the main thing to understand is whether you put the sun at the center or the Mount Meru at the center. So the main thing is 1,000 of this. Let's for easier to understand. Let's say the solar system. Okay, that's 1,000 solar system. So when you multiply that by 1,000 times, that is the second order. Then when you multiply that when you order that second order by 1,000 times, that's the third order. So basically, this is known as the 3 orders of the world. So basically, when you basically this is our the world that we live in multiplied by 1 billion times. So when you multiply that world by 1 billion times, that is what we refer to as the universe. Uh, and this is not the only universe there. So basically, in Buddhism, we believe in our understanding is that this is not the only universe there. There's a multiverse. So the universe that we know has other universes as well. So there is a parallel universe, and so this is not the only universe. So therefore, this is one of the universes, and that universe, the universe is actually uh, ruled by or conquered by Buddha Shakyamuni. Okay, Buddha Shakyamuni Buddha, and the name of this universe, as we know it, is known as the universe of endurance, the enduring universe, and this is the dominion of Shakyamuni Buddha. Mm. So when we talk about the universe, we're talking so in the Dharma, in the Buddhist teachings, we hear about the universe like that. So when we say universe, this is the universe that we are referring to. We are talking about only one universe. Uh, mm, if you talk about the whole galaxy or the whole, I mean, the actual universe is limitless. And the universe that we are referring to in our Dharma text scriptures is only one universe, and this is what we are referring to. So basically, when we make offerings, we offer the whole universe or this particular universe to the Buddha, uh, like that. Uh, so basically, offering the best of best. Okay, I will make it short. Best of best, everything that is the best of best from this universe to the Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha, that is known as the offering of the Nirmanakaya. So come to page number 288, the last paragraph. So what you're offering is listed here. So you are offering all the innumerable and inconceivable worlds. So basically all these worlds that you're offering and the best of the best, as I said. And on top of that, you add your own body, your own wealth, your life, your name, your fame, power, everything you're offering. So when you make the offering, you can actually offer something that you own, that is your own, and also things that is not your own. You can offer both of them. So something that belongs to you, you can make offering, and something that does not belong to you, you can also make offering to the Buddhas. So this is making offering to the Nirmanakaya. So I just mentioned Shakyamuni Buddha, but then there are many other Buddhas, which is also in the Nirmanakaya form. You can make offering to them at the same time as well. So I will explain to you what the three forms are later. Three bodies are later. Okay. So first one is the Nirmanakaya or the emanation form or the emanation body. So you make offering to the emanation body first. Yeah. This one, sorry, this one is known as the ordinary offering, ordinary mandala. So the second one is known as the extraordinary mandala offering to the Sambhogakaya or the enjoyment body. So that one is on top of the Nirmanakaya offering. So you have the all those tens of thousands of universe and all these things there. On top of that, you also make the offering. You visualize, you imagine that there is an infinite number of heavenly realms, not just the human realm, but non-human realms that are higher than the human realms. And then there is the heavenly realms with all the beautiful palaces and the deities and everything there. And then visualize the Pure Land of the five Dhyani Buddhas, the five Buddha family. So basically the five Buddha fields or the fields of the five Buddha families. Also, if you imagine all of that and you make offerings of that. Yeah. Okay. So making this offering to the Sambhogakaya, to the enjoyment body is the extraordinary offering of the Sambhogakaya. Then the last one is known as the special mandala of the Dharmakaya. So for this, you are offering your understanding. So when you make an offering, there is all the objects there. right? Like when you make the offering, there's object like Mount Meru or the solar system, this and that, all the planets there. But for all of that planets and everything to exist, there has to be an empty space, right? So the first one, you are making offering of all the inanimate objects, the material world in the Nirmanakaya, just the material world. And then the Sambhogakaya, you are making the offerings of the beings within that material world. And in the third, the Dharmakaya offering, you're not making offerings of the people, the inhabitants, or the place itself. You are making offering of the space, the emptiness. So that space is just the symbolic offering. The space out there is the symbolic offering. So inside, you are actually making the offering of your understanding, your grasping, your understanding, your comprehension of the idea or the philosophy of emptiness, which is the ultimate truth. So you make the offering, the ultimate offering is the ultimate mandala, or the extraordinary mandala offering is that of the Dharmakaya, which is basically your understanding of the Dharma. So you make that offering to your teacher with the Dharmakaya offering. So now I will explain a little bit more on the three mandala. So we have the three mandala, the ordinary mandala of Nirmanakaya, which is the emanation body, ordinary mandala, Nirmanakaya, extraordinary mandala, which is Sambhogakaya, and then the special mandala, which is the Dharmakaya. So this is first of all, you have to understand this is not a different mandala like from what we did last week. Okay, so it's the same mandala offering. Everything, the procedure, everything is same. What is now different is the way you are making the offering is a little bit different. The person to whom you're offering is not different; it's the same. Yeah. So the first offering of the Nirmanakaya, or the emanation body, what you make offering is the whole world, basically the rivers, the mountains, the trees, the people, the animal, everything, even the gods, okay? The god realm and the human realm, the sixth realm, everything within that world, you make the offering. So this is known as the ordinary offering, because all the people or all the objects and the people within that world is ordinary. Ordinary means just like us, same and similar to us. That's ordinary. And this is known as the Nirmanakaya offering, because Nirmanakaya, which means to manifest or to emanate, is in the Buddhas, the Buddha emanating or manifesting in a form that is relatable to us. That is something we can understand. That is something that we can conceive. So that is the Nirmanakaya form. So because it is something that we can conceive, we can think, we can visualize. So because of that, it is common to us. So it is ordinary for us. That's why it's called the ordinary mandala. So the Nirmanakaya is usually known as the ordinary body of the Buddha. So Nirmanakaya form of the Buddha is usually Buddha in the monastic form, because historically Buddha appeared to us in a monastic form. Of course, he was a prince and all that, but then he became a monk and he lived the life of a monastic. And so that is what he is known as popularly. So if you read a non-Buddhist, okay, if you read a non-Buddhist person, just ask a non-Buddhist to describe the Buddha, he will say the Buddha is a monk. So basically, the idea of a monk is what the Buddha is known to everybody. What the Buddha is known popularly, common to everybody. So Buddha. The Buddha appearing in a monastic form is known as the Nirmanakaya form, or Nirmanakaya body, Nirmanakaya manifestation. Yeah. So, but then Nirmanakaya is not the only form of the Buddha. Sorry, the monastic form is not the only form of the Nirmanakaya. So Nirmanakaya, popularly, when you describe the Buddha in the Nirmanakaya form, usually we describe him in the monastic form, but that is not his only form. So in Nirmanakaya, basically is to manifest. Okay, Nirmanakaya is to manifest in any way that is useful, beneficial for the devotee, for the sentient beings. So the Buddha can manifest as a bear, manifest as a tiger, can also manifest as a tree, can manifest sentient beings like human beings, and then animals, and then non-sentient beings like can also appear as inanimate objects like trees, or the earth, or like water and mountain, etc. Also, that is also possible. So just because it's a tree or a river does not mean it's not a Buddha, or that it's not a being. Yeah. So the nirvana can manifest in any way that is useful to that community, that place. So for that reason, the Buddha appears a little bit, plump, a little bit heavy in the Chinese tradition, or in the most of the Southeast Asian tradition. Then in the Tibetan tradition is a little bit, slim, or not, a little bit short also. Then in the Indian tradition, the skin is also a little bit darker complexion. So depending, you can say people depict it that way because they just imagine that way. You can say that. But in truth, Buddha appears to different people in different forms. To people, if you look in some of the ancient Chinese painting, you will see the Buddha with the mustache. So because in the Chinese understanding, because China usually has the tradition of the Taoism predating Buddhism. So in the Taoist, all the wise masters used to have beard and mustache. So the more beard and mustache you have, the more wise you are supposed to be. So the mustache is a symbolic of wisdom. So for that reason, in order to show the Buddha as a wise man, they depict him with the mustache. And it's not just a mere imagination. For the people in China, he appeared with a mustache. In Tibet, he appeared in a different way. And so the way the Buddha appeared is different for different communities. And then, the Buddha that is appear in Thailand and Cambodia, that is also skinnier, slim, and then the way they have the Ushnisha, the crown, everything is different from the other traditions. So because it is how the Buddha appear. That is the Nirmanakaya. The Buddha appears in different ways, in different forms, to different communities. So it's not just a mere imagination from that community, but Buddha actually do appear in different form to different people, different community. That is the Nirmanakaya. The next one is the Sambhogakaya. So normally translated as the enjoyment body. So the Sambhogakaya form is the enjoyment is one of the translation, but actually the actual understanding, Sambhog, means completion, or a complete body. So basically, the Sambhogakaya appearance is not ordinary. So Nirmanakaya is ordinary, or is common in the sense that it's common to all. So to whichever community, whatever is common, whatever is acceptable in that community, the Buddha appears in that way. But the Sambhogakaya form does not appear to the public in general, so it's not privy, okay? Not we cannot see him in the Sambhogakaya for us. Only Bodhisattva, high-level Bodhisattva, can see the Buddha in the Sambhogakaya form. So if you ask anyone to draw the Buddha, like historically, Buddha is known as a monk, and if you check the history, you will not be able to see Buddha appearing in the Sambhogakaya form. Only in the religious, in the spiritual, teachings, you will find the Buddha appearing in this form. But in the ordinary history, you will not find the Buddha in the Sambhogakaya form, because he did not appear like that to the general public as such. So the Sambhogakaya form is only available to the high-level bodhisattvas. So the Sambhogakaya Buddha, we usually describe or depict him or her as in a celestial form. So with royal attire. So basically, at that time, the royalty is the best of the best, the top, the elite. So he appears only to the elite class, and then he also appears as the elite uh, in the elite form. So he does not appear in the ordinary form. Yeah. So this idea of the Buddha is not acceptable to everyone, and not accepted by all traditions of Buddhism, especially and not accepted by many non-Buddhists as well. Because when you talk about Buddha, we think of a monk who is open for all, who is all inclusive, who caters to all people, all class, this and that. And to visualize a Buddha that has that caters to only to the elite is something very racist, very, like from today's perspective, this is unacceptable. So for that reason, it is extraordinary. It's not ordinary. It's not common. Um, it's beyond our imagination. So if Buddha appears in this way and then caters to a certain um, class of people and not to everyone, then people will say, oh, Buddha is being discriminatory, Buddha is being judgmental, this and that. So for that reason, the Sambhogakaya form, for very good reason, is only available for the high-level bodhisattvas, not for all. Because if we see the Sambhogakaya Buddha today, we will say, oh, that Buddha is judgmental, the Buddha is discrimination, like that. So we will be the first one to judge the Buddha. So for that reason, the Buddha in the Sambhogakaya form will not be available for us, because we don't have the capability to see the Buddha in the Sambhogakaya form. Then the last one is the special mandala of the Dharmakaya, or basically Dharmakaya is the ultimate body, or the truth body. But the truth is the ultimate reality. Recognition of the ultimate reality itself is the truth entity, and that is what we conceive, that we come into recognition of that. So the truth body is not not a form body, even though we call it a form. It's not a form. It is actually an understanding. It is actually a conception as such. So making the last offering of the special mandala offering of Dharmakaya is basically you following the practices properly, and then by following the practices of the patience, of the generosity, the six perfection, and many other teachings of the Buddha, and then whatever understanding, whatever realization that you gain from the practices, that is being offered to the Dharmakaya or the truth body of the Buddha. So the reason we make the three types of offering, the special offering, the ordinary offering, the extraordinary offering, is because to make connection to the three bodies of the Buddha. Okay, so the three bodies of the Buddha. Okay, this is very important. You have to understand. When we talk about making offering, we always think of making offering to someone else, to the Buddha, to your teacher. You're making the offering to someone else. But then there's there's two types of Buddha. Okay, or because Buddha is one of the three triple gem, right? The Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the triple gem. So there's two type of triple gem. That means two type of Buddha, two type of Dharma, two type of Sangha. So two type means one is in the Dharma text we call them the cause Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, causal Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and the effect or result Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Causal triple gem and the resultant triple gem. The causal triple gem is the triple gem out there. Okay, Shakyamuni Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, all these Buddhas are the cause Buddha or outside Buddha. The result Buddha is actually you yourself becoming a Buddha in the future. So when you make the offering, you're also making offering. When you make the offering to all the Buddhas, you're making offering to the Buddha of the three times, the past, present, and future. You're making Buddha to the Buddha of the future, which is also you. So when you make this offering to your to all the Buddhas, you make offering to the three bodies of the enlightened being. You are making connection to the three bodies of the Buddha, which is your own in the future. So basically, you are making a connection with your own future in this way. Okay, now we will continue with the mandala. Okay, so making offering. Okay, so the Dharmakaya is your actual understanding, and then when you explain that understanding to to the what do you call, when you formulate that thought, that understanding, and when you have to explain that, when you have to make explanation of your teaching, your understanding, you explain to a certain category of devotees, which is the high level bodhisattva. Then you appear in the Sambhogakaya form, and then there is the general public, people who does not have that much of understanding, that high level of understanding. So to the general public, you appear in the form of the Nirmanakaya, and then you teach. So there are three types of the body, or three forms, three formats in the which the Buddha appears. Dharmakaya appears to yourself, Sambhogakaya to the high level bodhisattva, and then the Nirmanakaya to the general public. So to these three Buddhas, we make, even though we say these three types of Buddha, actually they are just one. Okay, they appear in different forms. So to make to those three types of, or three appearances of formats of Buddha, we make the offering of the mandala. Yeah. So if you remember, we have yesterday, 2 weeks ago, we had the stacking of the mandala, the base, and then we put the first wall, second wall, third wall, like that, and then we put the top, and then we make the offering. So this is if we are making only one mandala set. But if you for the Wondro practice, you usually do 100,000. You have to do 100,000 times. So for which you have to accumulate you have to do accumulation of the mandala. So each day you will be doing hundreds or thousands, whatever, right? So for that reason, you put the base, and then put one of the disc on the base, and then keep pouring the offering, the stone or the grain, whatever. We keep pouring and pouring. So the old one will keep falling out. It doesn't matter. You just keep on offering the new ones like that. So you keep doing it like that. So each time you do it, you make a count. So maybe let's say you will do a set of 10 each time. So once a set of 10 is done, you can take one mala or something like a counter. You can keep a counter handy. So each time a 10 set is done, you count it as one set. So you accumulate those sets by hundreds, by thousands, like that, until you do 100,000 times. So you hold the base in the left hand, and then keep pouring with the right hand as long as you can. Okay. So when you do it for a long time, on days and weeks and months, so your hand starts to ache. So even if it starts to ache, you have to do the set number of accumulation as you have dedicated. According to the commitment that you have made on the first day, if you have committed to do it like, let's say 300 times a day, then you have to do it like that, even if your hand aches. If it's aches so much that you cannot do, maybe then you can put it on the table, but if you keep offering like that. But it's better not to put it on the table, but hold it on your hand, and you keep offering over and over again, like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, preservation is the key. Preservation is the key. Yeah. Okay. Most important thing is what we call the three supreme methods. So basically, in the beginning, you have to have a proper intention, pure intention, bodhicitta intention, and in the middle, not to have any negative thoughts, like you're doing it for name, fame, this and that, or whatever, like ordinary goal aspiration. And at the end, you have to do the dedication. So these three methods has to be there at all times. So generally, in order to accumulate merit, we offer grain, like grain of rice and other grains. So you have to make the offering. When you make the offering should always be fresh. So it's not the grain of rice that left over from your own food or this and that. So basically, you have to make the offering, fresh offerings. Yeah. So this is some here. Pedro Rinpoche makes some references to the Kadamba masters. Kadamba masters, the direct disciples of the Atisha. So they say people make offerings of old, spoiled, moldy cheese and vegetables to the Triple J. Basically, what he's saying is when they're making the offerings for Torma, so he's talking about fresh offerings. So people make old, spoiled, and leftover offerings to the Triple Gem is extremely wrong. And some people make the old butter and old the tampa to make offering for the Torma. That is totally wrong. So we make sure that the Torma that we offer is always fresh. And then we don't make leftover offerings. According to the masters, they say that you can offer all ghee or butter to make the butter lamb offering. Okay, because the butter lamb, you're not offering the butter lamb to eat. You're offering the butter lamb to give the luminosity, the light. So for that reason, old ghees can be offered. But if you have the option to offer fresh ones, then it's better to do the fresh offering. If you cannot, then it's okay to make offering of the old oil or old ghee, old butter to make the offering for butter lamb. That's okay. So mandala is to accumulate merit. Another way of accumulating merit is to make the offerings. There are different types of offering. You can make offerings of fresh water or water. So we make the 7-bowl water offering every day, every morning. You make that offering. That is very sort of a very effective way of accumulating merit. So making the water offering, why water is important. So there are many explanations as why the water is important. But mainly speaking, for us, for ordinary beings like us, today it's a different story. But in the ancient time, water is basically free. Everybody can get water without any problem. So for that reason, when you get water and make offering, that offering is free from attachment. So for that reason, it becomes the best type of offering. But in today's time, generally water is not free. And then if you want to offer pure and fresh water, it's also costly. It's expensive too, right? So, but in any case, making water offering, and then water is pure and clean, and it quenches our thirst. And basically, without water, we cannot survive. So therefore, by making something that is an integral part of our life, water, by making that offering, we accumulate a great amount of merit. So most of you, all of you are following the Buddha Dharma or interested in the Dharma. So you have the Buddha's image, right? Maybe the Buddha Shakyamuni, maybe Tara, Amitabha, whatever in your house. So it's important when you have the image of the Buddha, it means you have the Buddha in your room. Okay? So that's like the very important guest in your house. So if you have a very important guest, you don't attend to them, it's very disrespectful. So for that reason, it's important to make some offering, any kind of offering. At the very least, make an offering of water. So making offering of fresh water, 7 bowls of fresh water offering every day. If it's difficult for you, I usually suggest people to arrange for, the mineral water, the bottled water, some good quality bottled water. So you can arrange that in front of the Buddha's image, 7 of them, 7 bottles of good quality bottle of water, and then place that for 1 week, and then you change them every week like that. That can be, So basically, you are making the offering of the water like that.
Yeah.
So you are making some offering at least.
Yeah.
So it's important to accumulate merit, and that's why doing the mandala offering or making water offering, this and this, right? Actually, we talk about this in the very beginning of the chapter last week. that without the true accumulation, uh, the the Buddhahood is impossible, not possible. So for that reason, in order to attain enlightenment, the complete Buddhahood, you need to have the true accumulation of wisdom. In order to accumulate wisdom, you need to accumulate merit. Without merit, without the container of the merit, the fluid or the water of wisdom will not be. There is nothing to contain it, nothing to hold it. So for that reason, accumulation of merit is of utmost important, most important. So without merit, then without accumulation of the merit, if you practice, you can still achieve wisdom, but achieving wisdom without merit will be very difficult. So basically, you will have a very hard time attaining your wisdom. Basically, you will have a very, very difficult life attaining wisdom without the merit. If you have the sufficient amount of merit, then you can still gain wisdom without going through much difficulty, much hardship. Without the merit, then whatever good thing comes to you, you cannot enjoy it, you cannot consume, you cannot make good use of it. One good example is the preta, the hungry ghost. Okay, the hungry ghosts actually come they can find food, but when they eat the food, they cannot consume it. When they eat the food, the food turns into ash, the food turns into stone, the food burns their stomach like that. And this actually, hungry ghost is just an example. I mean, it's a story from, okay, you might say, oh, hungry ghost, who believe in hungry ghosts? There's no ghost in this world. But in today's world, we have people who have money, who have all the, who have the, what do you call, the means to buy good food, live in a good house. They have all of that. But then they are not able to enjoy it. Even though they have the money to buy good food, they cannot eat it because they have diabetes, they have high blood pressure, this and that. And because of that, they can no longer consume, no longer enjoy. Even though they have the money, they have the body, everything, they can no longer enjoy the good things in life. And that's because they lack the merit to enjoy those things. So it's out there. It's like it's right in front of you, but you cannot get it. You cannot grasp it. So without merit, these things happen. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So some people, a lot of people, lacking in money, resources. Some people have a lot of resources. The money comes, but the money does not stay. Or whatever, whenever the money comes, you have to pay for this, and that. And the moment it comes, the moment it goes, it's not sustainable anymore. So that's because of lack of merit. Okay. Of course, from a modern day perspective, from the economical perspective, there are many reasons. Okay, you have to pay the bill, this and that. But from a spiritual point of view, it's because of the lack of merit. So without merit, all these things happen. So whatever you may have, hundreds of thousands of money, but then it never stays. It goes away the moment it comes, like that. So basically everything becomes valueless. It doesn't have any value for you. Nothing is enough for you, like that. So that is because of lack of merit. So in order to practice well, you need to have a good life as well. Of course, we can practice without a good life. You can practice with much difficulty. You can practice with hardship, just like Milarepa did. But then if you have the choice of doing something with ease, with or with difficulty, of course you will choose the one with the ease. So for that reason, accumulation of merit is very important if you want to do practice properly without disturbances, without any obstacle. Yeah. So for that reason, practicing the Mandala offering and the water bowl offering, these things are important in that case. Yeah. So this concludes the Mandala offering practice, and then I will open up for questions. Okay. Then if you have some questions, you can ask. If in between, I will tell a story. Okay. So this story is quite popular when we talk about the Dharma. especially in the Tantrayana, Vajrayana teachings. Okay. So what happened is there's one man. His mother, before she died, he left him some sandalwood, sandalwood, very 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 expensive wood, right? Sandalwood. And then he said, because he told him that in your life, when you face some difficulty, you can sell that sandalwood and then make some money like that. Then you can ease your life. So after his mother passed away, he had some difficulty. Then he went to sell the sandalwood in the market. And then a lot of people don't know about sandalwood that much. And then also the people don't have the resources to buy the sandalwood. So when people who find the sandalwood, basically nobody is buying the sandalwood. Okay. So it went for days and days and like that. And then he couldn't sell the sandalwood. So then what he did was he came back home. I mean, he saw some people selling the charcoal. And then, that was actually selling very well because it's winter and they need the charcoal to, the burn, to warm up and like that. So he came home and burned all of the sandalwood. Okay? And then he sold the charcoal, the ashes to the people, and then they buy right immediately. And he got some money for that, and he was very happy, and he came home and used it. So my point here is that without the merit, you may have the sandalwood, but you will not be able to utilize its value. And so for that reason, you will sell it. You will sell it for much. You will sell it for much less than its actual value, then making a loss rather than a profit. Yeah. So usually this story is related to Vajrayana teaching, using the Vajrayana for worldly related purposes instead of using the Vajrayana to achieve Buddhahood. So this story is usually told in that way. And it's also because one lacks he lacks the merit to have the value of to gain the full value of the sandalwood. So he couldn't get that. Even though he has the sandalwood, he could only get the money for the sandalwood ashes, like that. So yeah. So basically, accumulation of merit is very important for all of us. That concludes. Okay, so there's one request in we have the Facebook chat group, right? So one request to explain on how to make the offering, the mandala. I think the question is regarding how to do it without the guru or something. But anyway, so the point is, I don't have the mandala with me right now. So for that reason, I cannot make I cannot explain it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot make the demonstration. Yeah.
Yeah. Rinpoche, there's one question. If the condition of the anta is very small and there's not enough room for the 7 water bowl, and only enough for 1 bowl, so should I offer only 1 water bowl every day? Please, can you please explain that?
Yes, that's a very good question. Very good question. Yes, you can do that. If your situation, if your condition does not allow you to make the 7 bowl offering, then you can make just 1 bowl offering. And as I said, if you cannot make fresh water offering every day, you can offer like a mineral water bottle like that as well. Just wanted to add something, because we ourselves, we eat every day, right? So it's we have food every day. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, or something every day. So before we eat the food, make the offering. So that is a way. If you cannot make the arrangement of the 7 water, this and that, if you can, it's very good. On top of that, whatever you are eating, you can also make that offering to the triple gem. So if you know the prayer lines, you recite that. If you don't know the prayer line, you can just visualize that you are making this offering before you eat, before you drink a cup of tea, before you eat something. You just make a reminder in your mind that, okay, I offer this to the Triple Gem. I offer this to the like that. Yeah.
That's
Another.
one question, Rinpoche.
Yes.
Rinpoche, there's two questions. One question is what kind of water should we offer? We should use mineral water, bottled water, or fresh water from tap or boiled water. Vietnamese people often drink boiled water because of the safetiness of the water, and also the number of the bottle we offer. Should we offer 7 bottles, or can we offer 6 bottles, or any exact number we should follow every day?
Okay. So first of all, I think 7 water bowl is the standard. Okay. If you cannot meet the standard, then of course you cannot meet that. That means you can make exception at all times. If you can make the 7 water bowl offering, that's the standard. You can make 7, like 2 sets of 7, 3 sets of 7, like that. So you can make 21, like 14, 21, etc. It can go up to hundreds if you can, if you have the conditions. If not, 7 is okay, or if not, you can offer also 1. So regarding the question, 7 is the standard. If you cannot meet up to the standard, then less is also preferable. Less is also okay. Yeah. And then what kind of water? So basically, whatever water that you can drink, you can offer. Whatever water that you cannot drink, you cannot offer. For example, you will not drink garbage water, so you cannot offer garbage water. So if the tap water in your area is drinkable, in some places, the community, the tap water is clean, then you can offer that water. In some area, the tap water is not clean, then you cannot offer that. See, whatever you cannot drink, of course, you cannot offer to your guest. Whatever you can drink, you can offer to your guest.
Yeah.
and the better quality, of course, if you can offer the higher quality of the water, of course, the better.
Yeah. What about the number, Rinpoche? What about the even number?
No,
6
I told you right now.
Yeah.
No, I said, okay, I said earlier, I said now, I said a couple of times already. 7 is the standard. That means you have to make 7.
Yeah.
7. How many number of bowls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 is the standard. Like you have to make 7. If you cannot do 7, then less is okay.
Yeah.
7 is the requirement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So 7 you need. If you cannot do 7, then less is also okay. Yeah.
Rinpoche, there's one question. What type of prayer we should chant when we offer water?
Yeah. So I will share the chant prayer with you later in the group, in the Facebook chat. I will recite the mantra right now. Okay. It's called the cloud of offering mantra. Cloud of offering mantra.
Yeah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vanjasarva Pramadane Tatagataya Arahate Samyak Sambuddhaya Dayata Om Vajra Vajra Mahavajra Mahatenza Vajra Mahavidya Vajra Mahabodhicitta Vajra Mahabodhi Andropasam Kamana Vajasarva Kama Avarana Vishodana Vajra Soha. So this is the whole mantra. Once you memorize it, it's going to be easier. Of course, it's a little bit long right now, but I mean, once you memorize it, it's going to be easier. Yeah. You can write it, you can print it out and put it somewhere near the offering altar. And then when you make the offering, you just read it one time, then make the offering like that. That's also okay. In our custom, in Tibetan custom, we usually, like people who don't know this kind of prayer, generally, we usually recite the mantra Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum when we make the offering. This is also okay. When you make the offering, for your food or for your drinks, if you don't know the offering prayer, you can say Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum, then drink it or eat it. Or when you make the water bowl offering, you can also say Om Ahum and then do that. So Om Ahum basically is mind, body, speech. So you make the impure into the pure. You bless it. So the one question is from whether the offering of water bowl is from right to left or left to right. So the answer is it's from left side, from your left to your right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you make the offering always from the left to the right.
Yeah.
And when you want to pour it out, when it's over, you take from the right to the left.
Yeah.
Left to right for offering, and to offer left to right, to take out right to left. Yeah. Today I don't have the resources with me, but in general you need to have 7 clean bowls. It can be of any material, silver, glass, plastic, whatever, any material that you can afford, that you are comfortable with offering is good. It should be clean. Then you have to fill, it will be stacked on one upon another, right? 7 stacks. So on the top stack, you put some water in there, a little bit of water. And then you pour a little bit of water from the first bowl to the second bowl and put the first bowl on the altar. Then from the second bowl to the third bowl and put on the altar. Then the third to the fourth to the fifth to the sixth and seventh. And you stack you put it from the left to the right. It should be straight. And the space, okay, it should be straight. I can explain again, okay? The space between each of the bowls should be that of 1 grain of rice. So not too far, not stuck together, not too far, not uneven. It should be even, it should be straight, and the space should be 1 stack of rice, like that. So after you place all of them on the altar, each of them, none of them is empty. All of them has a small amount of water because you pour from one to the next like that, right? So then you start from the left, you start filling it up, each of them. So when you make the offering, it should not be totally full. Like it should be like 85% full, like that. Yeah. So why cannot make the empty offering, empty bowl, is because when the bowls are empty, something called the spirit world, okay, is known as the world of the smell eater. So basically it's the spirit world. The spirit world can form so easily and can be like constructed easily and deconstructed very easily. So what happens when you place the water bowl, empty bowls on the altar, that empty space can be taken by the spirit world, basically the spirit, different spirit, like non-human beings. And they actually set up their own world. World means like big world, okay, like their town, like tens of thousands of spirits living there, everything like that, within a few seconds, okay? And then when you pour the water, that space is taken away. That means their whole world is being destroyed. Okay, so when you offer the water bowl, when you place the empty water bowl and then put water in there later, you actually destroy. When you put like 7 water bowl offerings empty, and then when you are pouring the water bowl offering, you're actually destroying 7,000 villages, like, just for an example like that. So it's a very but it can be dangerous. So why? That's because of that you cannot make empty offerings. Then space, okay, too close to totally okay, the space, if it's too far, that means you have distance relation with your guru. Okay, too close means you will not be able to keep your discipline, your commitments properly, your discipline.
Yeah.
So that's why it has to be exact, like 1 grain of rice space, like that. So there's one question. I think that's one question from Kim, right? The little boy, I think.
Yeah.
So that's why Buddha has many different forms. So many different forms means many different appearances. So why just like you change into different forms, different appearances. Like when you go for a football match, when you go for a school, when you go for a different occasion, you dress differently. Just like that, the Buddha appears in different forms for different occasions. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I think that we should conclude now today. And yeah, thank you, everyone. Yeah. Chẳng kiawa di ye nyordo da lama sangye chogyo nyan chowa che kya ma le ye ge sala ge bara sho chanjo tenjo rembo che ma ye pa na ma ge gyuro ye ba nyam ba me bara yang kone kondo pe wara sho de de je je
Thank you, Vivachela.
Thank you, Miss Wang.
Thank you, Hưng.
Thank you very
Cảm
much,
ơn tất cả anh chị
Rinpoche.
em.
Thank you, thank you, Michelle.
Cảm ơn đạo hiếu.
Take care of your throat.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rinpoche.
Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much for doing this despite your condition. Thank you so much. Really appreciate
Thank you very much, Rinpoche. Yeah, see you
Thank
next
you.
week, Rinpoche.
Thank you. See you
Cảm
next.
ơn tất cả
Bye-bye.
các đạo hiếu và xin tùy công đức của đạo hiếu và hẹn gặp lại các đạo hiếu vào trong các buổi giảng tiếp theo ạ.
Cảm ơn anh Hưng.
Vâng ạ, cảm ơn.